This video is to describe the new Windows CE computer and program that came out in December 2021. Most of the screens look the same as the previous version, but I'll just go through the menus real quick. The main ones we use are Cal sensor to calibrate the IR. It's identical as before, except we have the IR raw within the little window. And then we've got Cal liquid. It's got the same buttons, way to have it run your zero solution versus your span solution, and then a zero and span button and a keypad for entering in your TOC value just like before. We've got edit parameters. That's to set your liquid range and your flow rate. You've got edit alarms. That's just like before, where we can adjust our alarms, program our alarms, adjust value A and B. Then we've got edit benchmark scheduling. It's pretty much identical, except I was able to make some of these buttons larger so they're easier to click on. This version of the CE computer gives us more flexibility in that regard. And so AutoCal scheduling, just the same. We've got, here's edit, auto calibration scheduling. Pretty much the same as before. Edit, auto clean, same as before. I accidentally clicked AutoCal, so it shows that the alarm 2, the offline alarm, is engaged, and AutoCal's in progress. And I'll go ahead and stop AutoCal by telling it I want to do a benchmark, and that asks me if I want to abort AutoCal, and I go yes, and then it goes back to normal run mode. Other items we have, you'll notice on the chart, the latest data is on the left, just like before, oldest data on the right, just like before. We've got the timestamps under the 3 vertical red lines. And if we wanted to see last 24-hour data, it would be the same, but it like squishes all the data into like 2 panes worth, 2 screens worth. And we have a left and a right button. You'll see where I started it this morning on my bench here, and that's the earliest data. So we scroll to the right, we don't really see anything. And but that shows the latest data here, oldest data here. And to get out of that, we hit cancel. And you'll notice sometimes you'll hit a button, and if you don't, you need to like hold it down slight for like a split second. If you just barely tap it, you'll hear a click, but it doesn't really do anything. And then we've got chart historical data, and this one has a bit of an improvement. I feel like it's got, instead of like multiple things to scroll through for the day, month, and year, it has a little calendar here where you can just scroll down the different months and days, and once you have the day selected, you hit display, and it will bring up the data from that day. Now, the only difference is of the historical data versus, say, your current data or your last 24-hour data, is that the start of the day, in other words, like 12:01 a.m. would be at your left side of the screen, and then it would progress through. That's like 3:20 a.m. of the 29th, 6:40 a.m., 12:04, and so forth. And so so technically this is your oldest data, and then this is the data later in the day. And you can scroll over to the next panel with that little red button, the arrow button, and you'll see the data from later in the evening. And then you see it's like 1844, 2208, and then that's the end of that day's data. And you can hit cancel to get out of that. And those are the main items. And you can see where the data is stored in flash disk. It's stored in your D folder of flash disk. And those data files end with .txt, so technically you can take those data files and copy them into a PC and print them, or bring them into Excel. That's one benefit of having them a .txt file. And we can go back to flash disk, and you'll see the auto run folder. That's where the analyzer software is stored, and it's toc.exe. And when I update the program, and say I send it to you and you want to update it, you would copy the new toc.exe onto the flash disk /autorun folder. And that's pretty much the new features. And if I have anything else on this, I can make another video. Thank you.